Wage talks between airline FlySafair and the South African Cabin Crew Association are back on track under CCMA mediation, halting a potential strike. The union representing most of the airline's cabin crew rejected FlySafair's initial 5.7% increase and 7.5% bonus, demanding a fairer deal. The airline has now tabled an enhanced multi-year offer, which the union is reviewing. For more now, we speak to FlySafair Chief Marketing Officer Kirby Gordon. Good evening and thank you for taking the time to chat to us.
Evening, Juliet. Thanks for having me.
How has all of this affected FlySafair's operations this week?
Well, thus far it hasn't, fortunately. We've actually entered into a period of seasonally reduced flying. At this stage in November, we often take a few aircraft out of the sort of flying circuit in order to prepare for the very busy season in December. So fortunately, it's actually been a fairly fortuitous time for this sort of thing to happen, if there is such a thing, in that we've been able to protect the schedule quite completely. So all flights are operating as they were expected to, and have been since the employer-initiated work stoppage started on Tuesday.
How are you expecting this coming week to roll out or play out in terms of operations?
In exactly the same way, Juliet. The schedule is quite protected all the way through, so we're very confident that we've got that in hand. And fortunately, actually, with the circumstances that we're facing at the moment, about 46% of the union members, the union represents about 2/3 of our cabin crew employees, but 46% of those have actually already accepted the previous lesser offer that was put to them directly. And we're hoping for an improvement on that number in the days that come. But as a result of that, we've actually got in excess of 70% of our cabin crew back at work, actively contributing toward the airline services.
What are some of the sticking points at the moment in these wage negotiations?
To be honest, we had a bit of a setback today again. We put a revised offer to the union and to the cabin crew, which we were very hopeful about. They spent most of the day deliberating and voting on that. We were advised at 5 p.m. today that they have now rejected a second offer. The offer on the table was 6% up from 5.7% on the base pay, still a 7.5% annual bonus. The increases increased to 6.9% over the 4-year period. So it's an incredibly generous offer. I think all in all, together with allowances and other things, you're looking at upwards of a 19% increase, which in the current economy and in the current market where we're seeing most employers give 3%, 4%, 5%, is possibly, I think, one of the most generous offers that South Africans have seen this year. And so quite inexplicably, it has been yet again rejected, and we're waiting to hear what some of the details of that are.
What does it mean for the airline now? I suppose, as you say, you're waiting to hear back from them. Perhaps they're going to table something else?
Yes, we'll wait and see. It's yet to come through. I mean, I know my colleague is due to follow me on this interview, so we wait with bated breath to hear what the solution is there. We really feel that we have, actively engaged at every point, putting forward a creative and an incredibly generous deal. And, certainly very eager to get this across the line. The one thing we are certain of is that there is that protection over operations for the time being. So that is at least some solace in this equation. As the situation stands now, the employer-imposed work stoppage does continue for the time being. So those employees who have not signed to accept the employer's terms are still continuing to be locked out on a no work, no pay basis, which is obviously continues to put pressure on the situation. So we hope that will ultimately create the sort of the heat that needs to happen in order to be able to get this thing over the line.
Kirby, can we just recap your latest offers so that I can ask my next guest about that? Could you just give me those numbers again, please? Gladly.
So it's a 6% increase in the first year. It's a multi-year deal, and the increases start at 6% and work their way up to 6.9% over several years. There's also a 7.5% guaranteed annual bonus. There are several elements that are included in terms of allowances, uniform allowances, a daily meal allowance, several other things. And in total, that becomes an effective increase of over 19%.
Fantastic. Kirby, thank you so much for your time, and I wish you all the best with those talks, and hopefully you'll be able to reach a consensus in the coming days. Thanks very much. That was FlySafair Chief Marketing Officer Kirby Gordon explaining to me there that their latest offer has been rejected.